Saturday, November 7th. Joe Biden is your new president. Unless there is supreme fuckery afoot. But when Fox News calls it, you know it's over. Your boy Trump, he tried to stop the counting of votes in Michigan, while in Arizona he tried to start the vote counting. I gotta really give it up for the counters out there. I'm giving you my supreme love. Let's give it up for the counters out there. I mean, that is a thankless job. You're always going to be accused of fraud, conspiracy, fuckery, homosexuality. I'm just saying. In the battle of irrelevance, Kanye and the birthday party got 60,000 votes. That sounds like a lot, right? If it's like money that's going to be put into your bank account. But he was estimated at 160 million votes. That's not good. And you know what? I will have to say it probably had something to do with his disastrous, just embarrassing performance on the Joe Rogan podcast, which, look, from here on out, if you're going to run for the presidency of the United States of America, you should be required to sustain a 3-hour conversation on live YouTube, Spotify, whatever, with Joe Rogan. I don't care if you don't like Joe Rogan. I'm baffled if you don't like Joe Rogan. I think he's one of the most brilliant comedians out there. If you can't stand in the intellectual octagon with Joe Rogan for 3 hours, I'm sorry, you're not fit to run this country. Guess who did? Bernie Sanders, Tulsi Gabbard, Andrew Chang, all, in my opinion, better, obviously, than Trump, but also better than Biden and Kamala. So while I'm very happy that Trump is out, I'm not jacking off to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. It's just time for a change. It's like putting a chewed up wad of gum on a leak where diarrhea water is going into the general public's drinking supply. Does that make sense? George Jorgensen, Judge Jorgensen, he got 1.5 million. Or is it a female? I don't know. I don't care. It just really doesn't matter. We're fucked either way. You have 4 years to get out of the United States of America. Because in 2024, depending on Trump's health, he'll be running again. And if his health is so putrid as it already sort of is, it'll be Don Jr. or Ivanka and all the millions and millions and millions and billions and millions and billions and all those people will be voting for whatever Trump is on the ballot. They don't need to see any facts. They don't need to see any evidence of fraud. They don't need to hear anything. When they go into the voting booth or mail in their ballot, when they see TRUMP, they're going to check that box because they have hate in their heart. Hopefully, the hate only lasts for like a year and then they just like forget about politics. Unless, okay, God, I hate to do this because I was born a Democrat. I was born left. But unless the self-important, righteous left, crazy left, ruin it for us, they'll probably just forget about politics. But if we start just going crazy with things, the pendulum is gonna swing so hard, right? Okay, so I have 4 years to get out of the country. New Zealand, I'm coming! Alright, we're gonna sort of get out of politics. Oregon, in other news, decriminalizes all drugs, which is fantastic. You can smoke crack, you can take mushrooms, snort cocaine, obviously smoke weed, but if you get caught, it's $100 fine or a health assessment at a rehab facility. I would gladly take either of those rather than the laws that are currently stated in, I don't know, every other state. So so the idea of the United States of America is that we're united. We all do this shit together. We're all, we're one. We take people in. We make them better. We create jobs for people. We're the best country in the world, right? All of that has turned from I'm trying to think of the hardest piece of candy in the world. What is it? A gobstopper? You know those gobstoppers that are the size of a baseball? So it turned from solid gobstopper to fleeting and blowing in the wind cotton candy. I'm very disappointed in this country. And as the child of an immigrant from El Salvador who came here when he was 16 because he thought this was the best country, this was the land of opportunity, he is also very disappointed in this country. And while I'm very, very relieved at the outcome of this election, there is a lot of work to be done. All right. Speaking of relevant news, Kanye West, while he only got 60,000 votes, he was still able to pull off an epic 40-year-old birthday celebration for Mrs. Kim Kardashian. Now, he got his wife. Oh, the lovely Maddy joins us.
Hello.
Oh, you heard something that you can get down on?
I heard something about a lovely wife.
Well, I mean, look,
What?
I can't provide you with a hologram of your dead father, but I can try. He's not dead yet, so...
Okay, so, alright. Noted.
So, Kanye got a hologram done, much like they did with, Prince and Lil Wayne. Oh, wait, he isn't dead yet. He's just dead to me and all Packer fans. Who else? Tupac.
MJ.
Tupac. Who else?
MJ.
Michael Jordan?
Jackson.
Oh. Yeah. Let's just not do that one. But anyway, hologram nonetheless of his father, or her father rather, I'm sorry, Robert Kardashian. But it was like truly bizarre. I mean, this isn't a video podcast, so you're going to have to do your little homework, listeners. But look up Kim's 40-year-old birthday Kardashian hologram if you want to type in some keywords there.
Yeah, I did see that, and I couldn't tell if I was watching something like fake or like, I was very confused.
No, it was very real.
So he really gave himself a shout out as
Robert Kardashian,
the dead father.
And he said something about her like farting, but he used a different word. Anyway, you gotta listen to it. It's just, we're fucked. We're fucked.
Well, can I just say this? I have a confession to make. I voted
For Kanye?
yes.
Are you serious?
Maybe.
So that would be the most breaking news of the entire century. Well, we've only known each other for 5.5 years, so almost 5 years. But
not
still,
even a decade.
I like to use century and decade very loosely.
Okay.
Especially in 2020.
Yeah.
When months mean years.
Basically, yeah.
If you, in fact, stood in line for 5 hours
Woo!
and voted for Kanye West, which would probably have been a write-in ballot in your county.
He was not on the ballot. So I would definitely have to write that in. But honestly, it was 5 to 6 hours, so I honestly don't remember that whole process of filling in a bubble and leaving. It was such a blur.
Maybe I voted for Trump.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. It was crazy.
Okay, so do you forgive me a little less
For
not voting based on the outcome that we experienced this morning, in which I woke you up and I was like, baby, Biden won.
Woke me up out of a dead sleep. I woke up sweating.
Whose fault is that?
I don't know, Joe Biden.
No. You told me to take the AC unit out because...
It wasn't because of that. I was just sleeping and I was dreaming and you woke me up and I was sweating.
It dips down to 55 degrees and all of a sudden the AC is not relevant.
Okay.
I'm checking my
you were
weather
cold
app.
yourself. Let's be clear. Jesse was wearing 2 hoodies.
Whoa. When I walk outside.
Hat.
No. Fake
you were wearing
news.
a hat inside.
Fake news. That was for one day.
A beanie with a pom-pom on it.
For one day. Because I knew. Because I bought an advanced weather app from a boss who gave me a fucking iTunes gift card and then got fired 2 days after. Which I thought was actually kind of funny. And
it was because of those gift cards.
Yeah, it was probably embezzlement or some sort of illegal operation, but you know, I still have the app and he doesn't have his job. Neither do I, because schools aren't open. Thanks, Trump.
I mean, they are, but you know,
Not New York.
th- some are.
Some
Some.
Zoom learning. That doesn't really apply to a piano teacher. Anyway,
Okay.
the point is, did my vote count yes or no?
Yes or yes?
I was about to say no
Yes.
or no.
Okay, no. And no, I guess. All I have to say is vote. I don't give a damn what you think that your vote is going to count for this and da da da. Just do it.
Okay,
Look at Georgia.
I get
Look
it.
at Pennsylvania. Come on.
That was my whole point. Was in certain states it matters a lot more than in New York or Louisiana, which are the only two states I've even been eligible to vote for. Right? I'm a rational realist.
I guess, yeah.
Also, did you vote in 2016?
I didn't. Well, we talked about this before. I'm not sure when, but you know what? I'll, reiterate my case.
Oh.
I just want to say that year was a tough year for a lot of people.
Tougher than this one? What, a global pandemic?
It was still a tough year.
I would have much rather have voted in 2016 than in 2020. The only reason I wasn't eligible to vote is because I just moved from Louisiana. And again, I knew New York was going to vote.
Okay, so
For
you didn't
Hillary.
want to vote. It's not like I didn't want to vote. I
Also-
just couldn't do it.
Yeah. And Hillary didn't care for her. Biden cared for him a little more, but just because he's just like, I want him to touch my children and pet my cat,
Touch my children?
Well, I don't have any children, so there's the
Pat
caveat.
them on the head?
All right, let's move to some more relevant news. I have some fun facts for everyone who's interested, and I would like to get your thoughts on these. A chemist who tested drugs for police departments for thousands of court cases was high almost every day she went to work for 8 years.
Oh, yeah. Getting high on her own supply?
You took the words out of my goddamn mouth. Great minds. Great minds.
Wait, what happened?
Well, she got arrested.
Oh.
A total of 9 nuclear submarines have sunk around the world. Most of them are still on the ocean floor with active nuclear capabilities.
So, like, any deep sea critter, I will call them a critter. So any one of them could just slither on through inside of the sub, even though I'm not sure how they would get inside, but somehow activate this nuclear weapon, and we can die and not know what the hell happened.
Yeah,
Sneak attack.
Just like an asteroid.
And the critter, it was the critter's fault.
Yeah, and you know what? The ocean is the most uncharted area. If you want to think about the entire universe, we gotta stay in our lane and just figure out the ocean itself. Because we're never gonna figure out the universe that's infinitely expanding, if that's a word.
Yeah, wait. The universe or the ocean?
No, the universe.
Okay.
It's constantly, black holes, there are universes everywhere. What the hell are we talking about? The fact that we don't even understand our own oceans.
It's scary.
Yeah, nobody wants to go down there, and they're not paying enough money to people to do that job. I mean, my two buddies, Austin, shout out, and Mike, shout out, they did deep sea diving, and they went correct me if I'm wrong, guys, 300 feet, 400 feet, and they made really good money. The ocean depth is 16,000 feet.
Yeah.
We haven't even made a dent in that shit.
Yeah, anytime I watch those David Attenborough, I don't know, programs of the Earth or the universe, anytime they do a deep sea episode when they're going down to the deep dark crevices, that freaks me out.
Yeah, and they start finding species of fish that they don't even know what they are. It's oh, well, this one is a glow stick. It's at a raise.
It's a living glow stick.
And also it has an antenna coming out the side of its head. It's what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that freaks me out. I love the ocean. Don't get me wrong. I would love to go in an ocean, a blue ocean, but still very scary. Yeah. Jaws, I don't know, dolphins, I don't know, whales.
Whales, hell of a thing. Those blowholes. Fun fact, an Australian man named Bill Morgan was declared dead for 14 minutes. He somehow survived, and to celebrate his survival, he bought a scratch card and won $27,000. I'm sorry. He won a $27,000 car. So I don't know how things work in Australia, but he won a Mazda Miata.
Boo.
The media asked him to reenact the scratch card moment, so he bought another card and won another $250,000. So I don't know if that was a car. What is the currency in Australia? Is it cars? We only give out cars, or now we give out cash? This is mind blowing to me. But it's true. Look it up.
Well, I think those are terrible gifts.
Yeah, I don't want a car because just give me the cash. I'll decide what I do with the cash.
The thing with the car is hey, you're gifted this car, it's new, but maybe you didn't even have enough money to even get a car, and now you have a car, and it's well, now I need to do all this other stuff like insurance or gas, as you didn't even need this car.
Right. And also, if you buy a $200,000 Mercedes,
it's not the best.
Well, as soon as you drive it off the lot, it loses value 3/4. I mean, you can't sell a car even if it's in its tip-top brand new shape. Give me the cash, I'll decide, because maybe I can buy a fucking 2007 Nissan, and that's going to get me around for whatever I need to do. And, I don't need this car. And so, every time I would see a show where there's, You want a brand new car, and it's like there's this giant bow on top of it, and it's just like what?
And it's like a white car.
Yeah, it's like I don't like white cars. I don't like white people. I just, you know. In other news, Charmaine Guffrey. Guffey? Guffey.
Guffrey?
No, it's just Guffey. No R.
Okay.
She's going to be the new sheriff for Hamilton County, Ohio. And she defeated Bruce Hoffbauer, her Republican opponent.
Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce. What a terrible name.
You hate that name.
It just reminds me of, like, if you had a dildo and you had to pick a name for it, you'd just be like, get me Bruce.
Oh, it's a dildo name, okay.
It's a real dildo name. Sorry for all Bruce listeners, but pick a better name. I hate my name. Jesse is a terrible name because everyone either puts an I or a Y at the end of it, so anyway. She defeated her Republican opponent. And here's the thing. She was running for the sheriff, which her boss fired her because she's a lesbian.
Oh.
And so she ran just to spite him and ended up winning.
Let's go, lesbians!
So shout out to Ohio for this, but also fuck you for electing Trump. Or so you thought.
Ooh. Don't rub it in.
Swallow that.
Don't rub it in. It's gonna burn.
Swallow that pill. Swallow it. On the Indonesian island, Tanya Taraya.
Ooh.
If a baby dies before he starts teething, the family cuts a hole in a tree and places the dead child inside. The tree regrows around the baby and absorbs it.
That one left me kind of speechless there.
Yeah, it's
lie.
sort of culture shock. It's like, yeah, we're talking about all this progressive bullshit, election, and then all of a sudden Indonesia comes in and it's like, well, we're absolutely insane.
We're putting dead babies in trees, bruh.
Step up. Step your game up.
I mean, interesting concept, but yeah.
Retarded. Czechoslovakians who worked in the gun factories for the Germans during World War II would deliberately bend the sights out of shape to make the rifles inaccurate. Now, this is a poorly worded fact here. I'm assuming they're talking about the scope on the gun.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah, I mean, I don't own a gun. I want one. Please give me one. But also, from playing Call of Duty, I understand that this makes no sense. So I'm talking about probably if you're a sniper or even a light machine gun, you have a little scope there to help you, gun down the opponent. Shout out to the Czechs.
Go Czechs.
The owner of Arby's purchases Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins for $11 billion? When was the last time you went to a fucking Arby's? Not you. Anyone listening? Now you.
Never. I've never been to an Arby's. I don't ever want to go to an Arby's.
So, their logo, first of all, let's just break this down. It looks like a cowboy hat with just a series of letters on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even Arby's how you would think it was spelled. RB.
Arby's.
It looks like Arbugs if you look at it real quick.
Yes,
Like
yes.
Arbugs.
The Y.
The Y is very...
It's not good typography, if you will.
Thank you. And then the little dick swivel at the top of the hat.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Uncircumcised penis. I don't know.
Arby's is for men's. It's for mans.
Well, I always heard something that Arby's stood for roast beef because that's what they were known for. Like they had the best roast beef sandwiches. But when we break it down, ARBY, really all you need in there is RB for roast beef. So why wouldn't it just be a capital R and a capital B apostrophe S, and then you can put the little dick swivel hat you have there.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Now that I know what it's supposed to mean, maybe RBs didn't look cute. I don't know. This doesn't even look cute.
Unless
they
the
need
last
a rebrand.
Unless the last name of the owner is John Arby. That's the only excuse I can give to this fucking company. And I will tell you, their fries are amazing. But that is the only menu item I would ever order from there.
Alright, noted.
But then for them to purchase Baskin Robbins and Dunkin' Donuts,
it's
what
so
kind
bizarre. So now that you know, like Dunkin' Donuts has like Baskin Robbins combination stores. Now it's gonna be a Arby's and like a Baskin Robbins. So like get your fucking roast beef and then your chocolate chip cone.
That is...
Or your donut. That's crazy.
Great minds think alike. You read my mind. Is this why we're getting married, or?
I think so. It's the only reason.
And is that roast beef gonna like permeate into the donut?
Oh, they're gonna make a roast beef ice cream. Ew! Ew.
The record for the most babies born to one woman, wait for it, is 69.
I was gonna say 16, but jeez.
This bitch had 69 babies.
That's not even right.
Vasilyeva. Oh, she's from Russia, so obviously she has a retarded name. She gave birth to 16 pairs of twins. Alright, so that accounts for 32 of the 69. Okay. I get it. 7 sets of triplets.
It's a lot.
And 4 sets of quadruplets. This bitch should have been shot in the forehead when she was 7 years old. Yes or yes?
I just want to know why so many kids. And I want to know, like, the stats of the kids. Because, statistically speaking, I'm sure there had to be, like, a death or two with these
Oh,
babies.
yeah. Oh, no. It was probably on par for 92 kids. But, pregnancy is the number one STD there is. With all the miscarriages, hello? Thank you.
That's an STD?
Yes.
Why?
Hashtag Dr. Drew. Ask him.
Wait, I'm so confused by that.
Because it can potentially kill you as well. If you don't survive the childbearing process, which happens, literally it's happened just like 20 minutes ago.
Who? Somebody had a baby?
Not that I care or know, but yes. Having a child is a risky operation. And some women's bodies are not fit for it. This bitch was trying to prove them wrong.
That's wild. Good for her.
69 kids?
69! I want to know if she remembers all their names.
I want to remember if she ever had a 69 before.
That's why she has so many kids.
All right, let's move on. In the 1980s, a family owned a ceramics factory in California. It was soon uncovered as an illegal crematorium
Ooh.
when a
Scandalous.
passerby recognized the smell of burning bodies from their time in Auschwitz.
So why were they burning illegal bodies? Like, what were they doing?
My theory is this was like a crime family kind of thing, like Sopranos. And they were just like, yeah, we got this ceramic shop. It's like a cover for, I'm trying to think of like a California name. Johnson? I don't know. Like,
no, that's terrible.
like
It's like
when
Middle America.
well, yeah, I'm thinking of like, New York. It's like, DeVito and fucking Corleone and, hey, da-ba-da-da-da. In California, I'm just like,
I mean, there's Italians in California.
Are there?
No, I don't know. Maybe they're like Persian mafia or like
Yeah, so they
Jewish
went
mafia or something.
right. They went to California because this was the ultimate rub. No one will suspect us. We'll wear wigs. We'll do everything. We'll open a ceramic shop.
We'll burn people.
We'll burn people. What's more suspect? Being alive long enough to remember the smell of a burning body, or in fact burning the body of a crime gone bad?
What's more suspect?
Yeah.
Ugh. I mean, burning the bodies, I'm sure, yeah. I mean, I would have to think that if you've ever smelled a burning body before,
You should be dead by now.
no, that would be
I'm joking,
something,
ladies and gentlemen. I'm joking.
that would be
Come
something you will never ever forget. Like, that's a smell you would never forget.
on. Right.
It makes you want to probably throw up in your mouth a little and then swallow it back as you sip some juice.
Well, I'm a juicy juice guy now.
It's 100% juice.
See, the hard part
Real
about
juice.
the hard part about sipping out of a juicy juice is you can't quite get the last sip. So you never really know how much you have left.
There's always a corner left.
Yeah. And then you gotta look like a retard and move the straw around the corners. It's a bad look.
That's why it's for kids. Because kids don't care and they never finish their food. There's always something left to eat. Or there's some juice left and they never finish it.
Yeah, or there's like at least 13 goldfish dropped on the car floor if you give them a little, snack size bag.
The Cheerios.
The Cheerio. Thank you. Cheerios number one on the bottom.
And if you step on one, it's like double, triple the mess.
Yeah, same with goldfish. It's just like you've turned this into more work than I'm willing to do. I'm going to abort you.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's move on. In 2001, actor Mark Ruffalo. I've literally never seen a movie that he's ever been in, but I'm sure.
I love Mark Ruffalo. I love him.
What movie would I know him from?
What movie would you know him from?
Exactly. Searching.
13 going on 30.
Wow. Cinematic triumph.
It is. It's a great movie. It's iconic.
Is that with Lindsay Lohan?
No, it's with... that name is just going right over my head. I don't know. Some lady.
Yeah, Ruffalo.
Judy Greer's in it. I love her. She's always just not the main character, but I love her anyways. My faves.
Well, let's move on to Mr. Ruffalo.
I think he's the Hulk now in the Avengers.
Again, a movie that I've seen. Still nothing.
View from the Top.
In 2001, actor Mark Ruffalo, allegedly, had a dream in which he had a brain tumor. The dream was so vivid that he went to see the doctor about it. The doctor ordered an MRI and in fact discovered that Ruffalo actually had a benign brain tumor that needed to be removed.
Wow.
What was the last dream you had? And did you go to the doctor about it?
No, I've never had a dream like that before. Is there any wood I can knock on? Okay.
That's not real wood.
It's not. There's no. Oh wait, hold on.
I wouldn't trust that wood either. From who it came from.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I mean, I don't dream very often. Like, I rarely dream at all. Like, no dreams.
See, my problem is I dream too much, and they have too much impact on how I feel directly after I wake up from them. So it's catch as catch can, because I never have a great dream. I've had a couple of dreams where like you're jacking me off and it's all fun and good.
Right.
But most of them are, oh, you're just about to get shot. You better hide and crawl through this crawl space, and there might be another guy on the other side that's going to shoot you in the head. Like, dreams suck if you're crazy.
Yeah, but you hate like good dreams too. Because you're like, oh, it's a dream. So I'm mad when I wake up.
Well, the only really good dreams are that I'm the backup to Aaron Rodgers and I'm about to go in the game and play, oh, Rodgers went down. You gotta go in.
And then you save the day?
Yeah. And then I wake up and go take a piss. But, Alright, so I'm in a lot of, speaking of sports, I'm in a lot of Madden leagues, and we have these chats, because if you want to be in a league, you have to be able to communicate with your opponent. You have to set up game times, like, hey, when can you play? Alright, this is my window, when are you good? And, that's the vital component of being in an online Madden League, which is, honestly, I know it sounds really stupid, trust me, but it's fucking awesome. It's really, and I'm in like 4 leagues where if you win the Super Bowl, the owner of the league will send you money, and you've seen this happen before.
I've seen it happen, so win those Madden games. That's all I say.
Here's what I got in one of the Madden leagues, because mostly and almost always it's about, oh man, this dude is fucking trash. He runs the same play over and over again. We gotta get this guy out of the league. Oh man, why you cheating? Oh man, this. Oh man, that. Every once in a while, 17-year-olds try to get political.
Sassy.
Here's a note from my nephew that works at the Pentagon. Hello, everyone. An attorney friend just sent this to me. I just received the below message. The NAACP has received credible information that some of the white nationalist groups, neo-Nazis, and white supremacist groups have
initiations happening this weekend. As part of the initiation, it is said they will be looking to snatch black men and boys and hang them, shoot them, torture them, and kill them. So please spread the word. Do not let your sons go out alone. Pay attention to your surroundings. If you made friends with someone recently, do not be gullible and naive. They may have other motives. Be cautious. Stay prayed up. Only travel in pairs, and even then, pay attention. If your car is hit by a truck or a van, don't be quick to jump out. Pay attention. Women also be alert. The rumor is that they will seek men, but we know at some point anyone will do. Be careful. Pass this on. Share, share, share. Now, Maddy, as a strong black female, how say you?
I don't know. It's something I don't know if it's true, but I do agree with the safety precautions. You know, go with travel in pairs or whatever. I mean, I'm totally for that at all times, no matter what. Also, nobody go anywhere. Stay at home. Just stay the hell home. Stay home all the time. Always.
I agree. And that's what I've been doing since March. I mean, I take necessary outings rarely. I get my groceries delivered to my goddamn door, and I pay like an extra $5 for it. I don't give a fuck. I walk to the bodega to give them business because I like them, and I want them to stay afloat even after I leave this state. And I haven't really been on a subway but like one or two times, only whenever it was to go visit your family. So,
Yeah.
stay indoors. There's a global pandemic that's killing thousands a day. I know people will say that, well, look at the kill rate, blah, 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 blah. Nobody knows the lasting effects of what COVID can do
To your body. To your mind.
In my opinion, I believe anything is possible. Anything. Whether it be chemical warfare or just some spaz fucking a bet. That's where my range is. To decide that you know what it is makes you fucking retarded. I'm sorry to say. Anytime you think you know more than what is established and is factual, I'm sorry, you're lazy, you're not interested in information, and
Or bettering yourself.
Yeah. Call it like it is. It's just you want to believe that what you believe is true. And that's different than believing in what is true.
What does George Costanza say? He says, it's not a lie if you believe it. That's Trump all the way.
I wanted to bring him up as little as possible.
I'm sorry.
But that is by far the most relevant thing you could have said about our former president. Let's move to the NBA because we're about to get to my stone cold locks for the NFL. If you're following my picks, I'm making you money. All you got to do is decide which dollar amount you want to put on which pick. But with the NBA, I love hating on LeBron James. Okay, so he already,
Oh, I know.
yeah, I have a lot of pictures of him up on my wall, but that's just so I can shoot poison darts at his face.
Right.
Yeah.
Practice.
Now, Russell Wilson and LeBron James will always be my two most hated, like, visceral reaction when I see them. Just like, like I cringe when I see LeBron James and Russell Wilson. Close third, honorable mention, Michael Jordan. Paul George is making his case.
What?
Paul George. It's like Joe Jorgensen or Kanye West, like emerging with like all these votes that don't really matter. But it's starting to enter my mind. Ultimately, it won't matter because he was a coward and he just kind of left my favorite team for more money to go on and do nothing. Well, he did this. Paul George married the stripper that he cheated on his ex with. Okay, so this is going to take a few times to explain because it's such a twisted and disgusting.
It's high drama.
It's just like a Housewives edition of sports. So he had sex with a stripper. He denied that the daughter he had with that stripper was his.
Oh.
He was like, no, that's not mine. That's not mine. Then he got with his ex-head coach, who was his head coach in the bubble, Doc Rivers. His daughter and Paul George had a relationship. Oh my God. So he cheated on his head coach's daughter with a stripper before he was on his head coach's team. I mean, this just, it's like a fucking, if anyone's out there, oh my God.
We need a Venn diagram of some sort.
I feel like Charlie and It's Always Sunny. Like, what the hell? There's all these dots, crossing each other. It's just, I feel like an insane person even trying to explain this to you. But imagine actually living it. Paul George denying that it was his daughter until she was 1. And then the DNA tests proved it was. He wanted an abortion, by the way.
Okay.
With this woman, the stripper.
Yeah, right.
That was the whole reason she fucked him. She probably did that thing where she like, oh no, I'm on birth control. And then as soon as he came in her, she put like 5 pillows up on her ass and let that shit slide in.
Ooh, okay, the imagery. Yeah.
I'm just letting you know how it's done by strips.
Chicken strips.
But it all worked out because they got married.
Oh, so it's a happy ending.
I married a stripper.
I'm in love with a stripper.
Because it was cheaper than child support.
Ho ho ho. Loopholes. Scenarios.
PG-14.
Change your fucking name. Change your fucking image. Get the fuck out of here. This is someone I used to love.
Yes, you loved Paul George very much.
When we first met, right?
Yes, you were very much in love with him. That's all you ever talked about.
No, that's going too far.
Okay, you had a lot of shirts.
I had one of his shirts.
It was a lot to me. It was a lot to me.
He was the best player on the Pacers.
Okay, you had a lot of pictures.
Yes, which I still do of other players. Which will come and go. But that's the nature of sports. Here's the thing. He was the face of the franchise when it really mattered. Like when we actually could have won, he was so crucial. And he came up so limp dick in the playoffs against LeBron James. And he took that as, oh, I just got to get out of Indiana and then I'll be good. And then he went to Oklahoma City. Nothing. Then he went to Los Angeles Clippers with one of the best players in the league, Kawhi Leonard. Nothing. This dude is just a straight bitch. And his off-court routine is less than to be desired. And hey, I'm fucking unemployed and I got nothing going on for me, but I'll still criticize someone who has the tools to be a great person and make something of themselves and make terrible decisions. Terrible. Career decisions, terrible.
Lecture him. He needs a good, I don't know, a little slap here and there. Needs to wake up.
Paul George, I invite you to the Jesse LaSala show whenever you're ready. That's another thing. All these Trump people on Facebook that want to combat me, come on the show. Speak with me. Don't type at me because that gives you a little extra time to form your opinion. I don't need that extra time to form my opinion. You do. Because you're retarded. We're going to go to our NFL picks. Maddy, if you agree with this, let me know. Have you made your picks on our... we have a picks, pig skin, pick'em, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yes, I did make my picks. I can't tell you who I picked. I have no idea.
You're in last place.
I mean, yes. This year, yes. I mean, if you want to talk about last year, we can go there. Gladly.
Weren't you in last place last year?
No, I wasn't. I was in first place.
Were you?
Yeah. Wasn't I?
I thought it was my aunt.
I feel like it was me. I feel like we were up there together. Okay. Anyways, I was beating you last year, so let's not get started, okay?
Here's what I will say about my pigskin pick'em picks in that group. I just pick random shit, what I think. It's my money that I care about.
Well, obviously.
Here's the thing. The Pigskin Pick'em group picks overall winners, right? What I do is I pick point spreads, over-unders, and I mash up money line wins.
Right, yes.
That's a little tougher to do. And I've been very...
Of course.
Trust me, I've been very successful at it. So, your little gem for this week. Seattle, -3 to cover. That's an easy one. They're playing the Bills. Fuck the Bills. The Bills have been
Laughable. Their defense that was once great last year proved to be a mirage. I'm not betting against Russell Wilson, even though I hate him. Take Seattle. -3, or just take the points. Take the money line. Just pair them up with any of these other picks. Tampa Bay to win over the Saints. Look, the Saints, who knows if Michael Thomas is ever going to play for them again? I imagine he will, but I think some hairs were ruffled when Drew Brees came out as a Trump supporter. That locker room's a little different now. And also, Drew Brees has a limp dick noodle arm. And all of his yards are 6-yard passes to Alvin Kamara. And once a team figures that out and decides that they're going to make Drew Brees beat them rather than Alvin Kamara catch a 2-yard pass and turn it into 9 yards, they'll be irrelevant. Sorry, Saints fans. You got a pretty shitty team, and I doubt you make the playoffs. So take Tampa Bay, pair that with Baltimore. I would also go with Arizona at this point over Miami. Tua Tagovailoa, you got bailed out by your defense last week. Arizona's defense is nasty. And if they could do it to some of these other quarterbacks they've faced, Hall of Famers, they can do it to you, Mr. 23-year-old Tua. Who, by the way, your name is Tua. Why wouldn't you wear the number 2 on your jersey? Why are you wearing the number 1? Am I nitpicking at this point?
A little bit, but it makes sense, to go with your overall, aesthetic or appearance. People will remember that more.
Tua. Your name is Tua. It's a ridiculous name. I'm sorry. Jesse's a ridiculous name. What were we saying? Bruce. That's a terrible name. Donald. That's the worst name probably ever.
Donald. Yeah.
Tua.
I like Tua.
For a cat or a hamster. Not for a grown man that's leading 10 other men on offense. Tua's a ridiculous name.
So you're saying it's not a quarterback name?
No, he should go by T.
That's stupid. T?
Yeah. That's the culture we're living in.
No. I don't agree with that.
Yo, my name's T. People would respect you 100. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying.
Well, why don't you just go by J?
I have.
Go by it now.
Hi, this is Jay Alexander. My final 2 picks. Las Vegas to win outright. Pair that with Washington to win outright. That's going to get you some nice money. Chicago to cover, Tampa Bay to cover, and Dallas to cover will get you great money. I'm telling you, put your faith in my knowledge that I've, taken from other people. But here's the thing. Yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and most of them are centered around gambling. And so I don't listen to everything that everybody says and just do what they say, but I take the ones, I pluck the ones that are most affordable and have most to gain.
Okay.
You know?
You're the cautious gambler.
Yeah, because the whole point of it is not to make rash decisions. You have to play the season out very carefully and very conservatively. So, if you want
In the beginning.
some safe picks,
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
God the heaven and the
In the beginning.
and God
God
said.
take them.
And God said light.
You have anything else to say?
And there was in the beginning.
No,
And
just
there
ready
was
to celebrate.
God said.
Yeah,
A great day.
where's the Prosecco? I mean, I thought we were getting boozed up tonight over Dubai.
Well, we got some. Let's pop it open.
Crack it up. All right. If you want to know how little your vote means, start a podcast that nobody listens to. Until next time, don't die.